From the station that made country music famous, 650 AM WSM, this is a Coffee, Country, and Cody podcast. Hey, it's Charlie Matos, and in this episode, we sit down with Amythyst Kiah. Amythyst joined us in studio on June the 28th of 2021. That was a Monday. The next day, Tuesday the 29th, she would be making her debut on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry. We would chat about that. We'd also chat about her terrific new solo album, Wary and Strange. Enjoy our Coffee, Country, and Cody podcast with Amythyst Kiah.
This is WSM's Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Well, maybe the coolest name in show business, frankly. Amythyst Kiah, welcome to Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Well, thank you. This is an honor to be here. It's so cool.
So let's start with your name as you head to the Grand Ole Opry for your debut tomorrow night. You know, I get to introduce you.
Yes,
on this
I'm excited. It's going to be great.
Yeah. So we both get to make a little history.
Yeah.
And me, just because I'm hanging out with you.
Yeah.
So tell me about your name, Amythyst.
My mom's favorite color was purple, so she picked my first name. Because amethyst is a purple stone. I was born in December, not February, so it has nothing to do with that either, just purple. And then my dad picked the middle name, so Kiah is Swahili for season's beginnings. So, and then my surname is Phillips, so I just dropped. So I just dropped the Phillips to make it easier on everybody. And, yeah.
Charlie, the ancient Greeks wore amethyst and carved drinking vessels from it in the belief that it would prevent intoxication. The key phrase in there is in the belief that.
Thinking that, yes.
In the belief that it would prevent. It did not.
No,
they tried. They did their best, but
no. Now Crown Royal gives you a nice purple bag with their.
so maybe there was some thought put into there.
Full circle.
What birthstone is month is amethyst? Isn't there? It is.
I think it's blue topaz is what it is, or just topaz in general, I think.
Here it is.
Something
Traditional
like that.
birthstone for February. That's what I see on the World Wide Web.
Yes.
Does that sound right?
Yeah. I think, I thought you asked me what mine was in December.
So what is yours in December?
It's topaz. Yeah.
And when is your birthday in December?
December 9th.
I thought we were going to have that thing, it was like, oh my gosh.
We were twins?
Me too. Yeah, December 16th for me.
Yeah.
And December 22nd for my daughter, who just told me I'm going to be a grandpa for the second time.
Oh,
a baby boy.
congratulations. Yeah.
19th of December. When's yours, Eric?
19th.
Oh, Eric Markham, studio director's birthday. There's a connection. Do you feel it?
Yes,
Are you feeling
I do
that
feel
little
it.
something,
Yes.
something? Tell me about Black Myself as we set it up this morning on Coffee, Country, and Cody. People worldwide on Circle will see the video, and
Awesome.
Of course the rest of the world's going to hear it.
Yeah. So Black Myself is a song that I wrote when I did a project called Songs of Our Native Daughters with Rhiannon Giddens, Allison Russell, and Layla
Who've both been
McCullough.
guests in just
Yes.
recent days on the show.
Yeah, which is so amazing. We got to see each other not too long ago in Nashville, so it was great to be in the room with them again to hang out. But yeah, so I wrote that song for that project. The project is really looking at the stories and the whole situation with the transatlantic slave trade, looking at how it affected our greater society, how it and how it really sparked white supremacy, systematic racism. And this was an opportunity for us to take the very music that in a lot of ways we're sort of seen as anomalies, but then to reclaim things like the banjo, which is a West African instrument, and to use folk music as a way to tell that story, because West Africa has a huge influence in country music, bluegrass music. So to bring all of those things together on that record was incredible experience. And me having the courage to write Black Myself, I don't think I would have had the courage to tell my story and to celebrate the triumph of my ancestors and the shoulders we're standing on had I not been in that group. So this was a life-changing experience and really opened me to a whole new way of expressing myself and to not be afraid to make social commentary and, express the times, so.
You grew up in Chattanooga?
Yeah, I grew up in Chattanooga. I lived there until like 2006, and then me and my dad moved to Johnson City, Tennessee. And I've been there for the past 15 years. I went to East Tennessee State University.
So did my daughter. She got
that's
a
awesome.
doctorate in pharmacy from there. We never
the
spent
medical
any time
school
over there.
is fantastic. I mean, so many people come there for that.
And they still talk about Steve Spurrier to this day.
Oh, yeah.
He's from here. He's from here.
Yeah, they sure do. And so I ended up, this was all happenstance. I did not go to ETSU for the Bluegrass Old Time Country Music Studies program. I went there because I moved there, and it was also one of the more inexpensive schools to go and get a good education. So I went there, and I ended up coming across that program just out of sheer curiosity. And then I ended up learning about old time music, learning about the history, the cultural history of country and bluegrass and all American music, really. And I fell in love with that, and it gave me a sense of like identity and grounding as a musician and somewhere to really get inspiration from.
Please tell me you know Becky Buller.
So I didn't go to school with her, but she came and did a seminar for a long time ago when I was in undergrad. She came and did a seminar, and she's amazing. And then we've been running into each other at festivals and stuff ever since then. So yeah, she's incredible.
We love her.
And then
so
Dan
much.
Boner, who's now the director of that program, plays. I don't know if he plays. I can't remember if he plays guitar or fiddle because he plays like 5 million instruments very well. So, but yeah, he also plays with her too. So yeah.
So what all do you play?
So I play guitar and banjo. Lately, I've been really, really honing in and playing more guitar lately, just because that's kind of what spoke to me when I was writing a lot of the songs for this record. So there's no banjo on this record, but I still have it, and it will make an appearance at some point. I had someone at the show last night at 3rd and Lindsley yelling, there was like some silence when I was tuning my guitar, and I heard someone saying, "Where's the banjo?" And I was like, I'm just going to ignore that. And everyone else did too. You could hear a pin drop in there. Just like, okay, we're just going to move on.
Wary and Strange is the new work from our special guest. Amythyst Kiah is on Coffee, Country, and Cody. Listen and watch all over the world. Girl, what a huge sound you got on that song. No wonder it was Grammy nominated. It was in the American Roots category. Black Myself for our special guest, Amythyst Kiah. Wary and Strange. It's out now wherever you buy, download, stream music, and we're going to do some more stuff from it. We come back on the other side of the break. Stay close. Making her way to the stage of the Grand Ole Opry tomorrow night for her debut. I'm just curious what your Opry background is, history. Have you visited the Opry as an audience member before or been backstage before?
No, this will be my first time ever. I mean, it's my first time just here, period. I think I've stopped at the mall at one point years ago to grab like a shirt from H&M or something. But other than that, I've not. Other than that, I had an emergency shirt buying situation. But other than that,
so you're
I've not
telling
been
me
here.
your first time in the Grand Ole Opry House, in the building, is your first time to play?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Killer Bees, Daly and Vincent, the Gatlin Brothers, Love and Theft, Don Schlitz, Jeannie Seeley, Stephanie Quayle, and our special guest, Amythyst Kiah, making her debut tomorrow night at the Opry. I read a quote from you about Wary and Strange, and let me find it here because it just really struck me. I thought, that is just brilliant. I'm what I needed to see when I was younger. How many of us have thought at some point in our adult lives, if I'd just been able to see now, then, I would have stressed a lot less.
Right.
I
absolutely.
would not have been as miserable as I was for a variety of reasons. All of us, all our stories would be different.
Yeah. I mean, I think what I take solace in now is that I'm now seeing people when I go to shows, and I am the person that they needed to see. And so that makes the stuff that I went through to be able to like have the next generation of people like have to struggle a little bit less. I think it's totally worth it. I feel vindicated for what I went through that other people are now. Like I was able to go what I went through and then make that into art, make that something to put out into the world. And then other people are now like, okay, everything's going to be fine. It'll
Look
get
at
better.
her. Look how well she's done, and the things that are going on in her life. So
for me, it's like that's a huge payoff that I feel very lucky to have that full circle.
Our native daughters, a chance of you guys getting back together anytime soon?
Oh yeah, we stayed connected through the pandemic, and so we are still in talks about once things took off with that record, it was like, well, I guess we're a band now, because initially this was like a project for this, for Smithsonian Folkways, for the African American Legacy series, and that's kind of like as far as that conversation went. So, it was really like we all of our management teams and agents scrambled to figure out, all right, well, let's try to put some shows together, for 2019, because the demand was so strong, and we were able to do that, which was great. And we had more shows lined up for October of last year and March of this year. And as we all know, things changed drastically. So, we 100% are going to keep going and make more music. So, yeah.
Thanks for listening to our Coffee, Country, and Cody podcast. Our program director at WSM Radio is J. Patrick Tittle. Our digital producer is Haley Hall. Marketing and promotions director is Amanda Cannon. And I'm Charlie Matos. If you like what you've heard, make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode, and leave us a review on iTunes. It really does help new people find the show.